here, each of whom very excited. Only one of them can go through to the North Zone final. And I suspect this round is going to go a long way in determining which team that will be. And this round, of course, is called Altius. Altius means higher. And for each of these three teams, this is going to be a slightly higher test of knowledge. We're going to give them a selection of 9 topics. They can pick one of their choice and then back themselves to earn 10 points by getting it right. We've all done it before, so there's nothing new. We're going to start with Tagore International School, Delhi. Here is your list of 9 topics. Pick the one you're most confident of.
Century.
Centuries. Okay, here's your question on centuries. And listen carefully, it's a long question. In his one-day international debut at the 1992 World Cup, which Zimbabwean batsman batted throughout the innings and scored a century against Sri Lanka at New Plymouth? Who is this Zimbabwean batsman you're talking about?
Dave Horton.
Question passes on the buzzer. St. Anthony.
Andy Flower.
Andy Flower is right. 1992. It was Andy Flower. St. Anselm's pick up 10 bonus and get to have their own pick on the grid.
Third umpire.
Third umpire. Your third umpire question, as you'd imagine, is a video clip. Take a look at the clip and identify the sports person you see in it. Here we go. Right, take a look at it. There's any number of clues over there, and you should have, I suspect, no problems in telling me who this sports person is.
Murli Karthik. Murli Karthik.
Murli Karthik, you got it just in time. Wonderful start for St. Anselm's, 20 points so far. St. Francis de Sales, you're good as well.
Tennis.
Tennis. Okay, here we go with tennis. Your tennis question is a video clip. I'll give you the question first so you can concentrate on the clip. One of the players you will see became the youngest to win that particular tournament. You need to tell me who held the record before him. Here we go. Here's your video clip. There you are, no problem. It's a pretty well-known video clip. One of the players you're seeing became the youngest player to win this particular tournament. Who held the record before him? St. Francis de Sales, if you're ready, what is your answer?
Sampras. Pete Sampras.
And the answer is Pete Sampras. You're absolutely right. The player in question was Leighton Hewitt. His opponent on that clip was Pete Sampras. Very well done by St. Francis de Sales. You pick up your 10. Let's go across to Tagore International. A good team.
We'll take gloves.
Catching up to do.
Gloves.
Gloves. Your gloves question is a still photograph. And as you'd imagine, gloves means boxing. Take a look at it. Identify the boxer in the still for me. Looking at the boxer in red.
Manola.
Question passes.
George Foreman. George Foreman.
Question passes. St. Francis, do you want to have a go?
Sonny Liston.
No, the answer was the very famous Sugar Ray Leonard. The answer was Sugar Ray Leonard. Tagore International. You picked a couple of tough ones. Let's go on to St. Anselm's, Jaipur.
Snapshots.
Snapshots. And your snapshots is also a still photograph. Here's your question on snapshots. Take a look at the photograph and identify the golfer with Boris Becker. Who is the golfer in that photograph with Boris Becker?
Arjun Atwal. Arjun Atwal.
Question passes. Tagore International.
Colin Montgomery.
Not Colin Montgomery. St. Francis, do you want to have a go at it?
Vinny Ciro.
No, the answer is as much a legend as Boris Becker was. It's Severiano Ballesteros. The answer is Severiano Ballesteros. St. Anselm's, they lost the opportunity to go for 10. Last question in this round, St. Francis.
NBA.
NBA. Here's your question on the NBA. In 1970, New York's Willis Reed won the MVP for the NBA's regular season, the championship series, and the All-Star game. Who is the only other player to win all 3 in the same year?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Question passes on the buzzer. St. Anselm.
Will Chamberlain.
Will Chamberlain. Question passes.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is what we're looking for. Tagore International just squeezing in with that 10-pointer at the end. And let's see what difference it makes to the scoreboard. In third place, but looking good after that last 10-pointer, are Tagore International from Delhi with 21 points. Just slipping into second place are St. Francis de Sales from Delhi with 33. Just marginally ahead, just 3 points ahead on 36 are St. Anselm's from Jaipur. And the run-scoring chart, as we call it, is looking very interesting at this point. You'll see what a big difference that last question made to Tagore International, just squeezing into shouting distance of the leaders. but a little horizontal patch that might worry both St. Francis and St. Anselm's. It's happening with some regularity. You don't want that to happen as we go into our last round, which will determine which team goes through to the zonal final, and that round is called 4 tiers. That's after the break.
The ESPN School Quiz in association with Camlin. बढ़ते बच्चों की बढ़ती खुशी Camlin.
ये जहां रंगों से है सजा, मुश्किल है बचपन मस्ती बिना, बढ़ते बच्चों की बढ़ती खुशी कैमलिन.
Catch all the best action of the day with highlights from England versus Sri Lanka in the N-Power Test Series third test. Friday on ESPN.
Why must I go to school to learn? Why must we be home before dark?
Why must I always win?
Now get a Parker Beat Up and free with every Hero Fancy cycle.
बढ़ते बच्चों की बढ़ती खुशी कैमलिन.
This ESPN School Quiz in association with Dr. Mopin Sisip. असली टेस्ट कभी भी कहीं भी.
Welcome back to this North Zone semi-final and to the round that will determine which of these three teams go through to the final. The big moment, it's round the corner. Sadly, only one of these three teams can avail of that moment. But it's important to know that all three teams can win it from here. The round that will determine what happens is called 4 tiers. Let's get there now. 4 tiers means stronger. And in this round, we'll test the ability of our participants to be firm and strong under pressure. Only one player from each team comes down, faces his mate, and does it for his team, for his school, for his city. All now down to you. You ready? We'll start with a team that's leading. We'll start with St. Anselm's, Jaipur, 5, 10, or 20. Remember, you've got negatives with 10s and 20s. What's your choice? Here is your 5-pointer. Identify the missing name in this sequence. Ronaldo, Zidane, Dash, Zidane, Figo. Ronaldo, Zidane, Dash, Zidane, Figo. Identify the missing name. Your lifeline's looking interested. You want to use it? No. No, it wasn't Batistuta. The answer was Rivaldo. In 1999, the sequence is the FIFA Player of the Year. Right, St. Francis de Sales, 5-pointer will give you the lead. What do you want to do?
5.
You want your 5 as well. Here is your 5-pointer. Listen carefully. In one-day international cricket, what unique dismissal is common to Daryl Cullinan and Mohinder Amarnath?
Handling the ball.
Handling the ball is correct. St. Anselm's knew it as well. 5 points to St. Francis de Sales to squeeze into the lead, but still in shouting distance. Tagore International.
I'll take a 10.
You'll take a 10. Here is the first of your 10-pointers. Which father and son duo have played for New Zealand in World Cup cricket? Your lifeline is waving away at you. Let's take a look back. Do you want to use them or do you want to give it yourself?
Martin Crowe and Jeff Crowe.
No. Your lifeline know the answer? I don't want to rub it in, but he was right. The answer was Lance Cairns and Chris Cairns. Martin and Jeff were brothers. Let's go back to St. Anselm's, Jaipur.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Is that a final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's your 5-pointer. Who is the last player for a century and a double century in the same test match and still be on the losing side? The lifeline is pressed again. I must warn you. At last they're going to use it. The answer is?
Brian Lara.
The answer is Brian Lara. Well done. You're strange relationship with your lifeline. You've got your 5 points. You've gone marginally into the lead. Now St. Francis de Sales.
5.
You want to play safe with 5 as well. And here is your 5 points. St. Francis de Sales. Listen carefully. When Viv Richards was appointed to lead the West Indian side in one-day international cricket, which country announced a national holiday?
Trinidad and Tobago.
No, not Trinidad and Tobago. Viv Richards played for Antigua. So the answer was, in fact, Antigua. Too bad about that. If you don't get negatives, that's important to know. Tagore International. What's your choice?
20.
20. Here's wishing you luck with your 20-pointer. Here it is. Before Michael Schumacher, who was the last Ferrari driver to win a world championship? The last man for Ferrari to win a world championship was
Ayrton Senna.
We go back a really long way. We go back to 1979. The answer was Jody Scheckter. The answer is Jody Scheckter, Ferrari. That tells you why Michael Schumacher is so big for Ferrari. Right then, St. Anselm's, Jaipur.
5.
You're taking a 5. Remember, if you take a 5, they can win it with a 10. You've chosen 5. I'll give you a 5. The International Olympic Committee took the unusual decision to expel which nation from the Games in 1964? The International Olympic Committee took the unusual decision to expel which nation from the Games in 1964?
South Africa.
And South Africa is correct. South Africa is correct because of their apartheid policy. You've answered your 5-pointer. St. Francis de Sales, 10-pointer will take you into the North Zone final.
10.
And here is your 10 points. Which former cricketer and current commentator faced the first ball of the first one-day international cricket match in 1971? Which former cricketer and current broadcaster faced the first ball of the first one-day international cricket match in 1971?
Jeff Boycott.
Is correct. Yes. Jeff Boycott is correct. You took your time to think about it. You kept your cool. That is the great benefit of keeping your cool in 40th. Let's move on to Tagore International.
20-pointer.
Okay, here's your 20-pointer. Which former Yugoslav star, still playing in the NBA, took over the central position from the legendary Lakers star Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1988?
Stojkovic.
No, the answer is Vlade Divac. The answer is Vlade Divac. Too bad, Tagore International, you were forced into situations where you had to take 20s. Some smiles, some disappointments. Let's take a look at the scores. Ending in 3rd place were Tagore International School from Delhi. They finished -4. As I said, they got pushed into that situation. In 2nd place, after leading all the way heartbreakingly, St. Anselm's from Jaipur with 46. And holding their cool and showing the spirit of 40th was St. Francis de Sales, going into the final with 48 points. Just to show you how close it really got, let's take a look at that chart. It shows you how they won points. And Tagore International just taking a bit of a nosedive. As I said, they had to go for the 20-pointers. Look how close the yellow and the blue is. Just sneaking ahead. St. Francis de Sales become the first team from the north to go through to the North Zone final. St. Francis de Sales, you've done very well today. Let's take a look at what you won for yourself.
Today's zonal semi-final winner receives an ESPN sports pack containing these exclusive goodies courtesy ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Not a bad prize there. Lots in that bag for St. Francis de Sales to take home. But it's time now to meet the other members of the teams as well. Very well done, Tagore International. That's too bad. Sometimes you find yourself in a position where you've got to take those 20-pointers. St. Francis, are you breathing now or you all right? Well done. Very well. We'll see you again, of course. And too bad. St. Anselm's, Argod, you showed tremendous spirit. You brought a lot of joie de vivre into our quiz, and I hope you stay that way all your life. Very well done. So then, our winners today are St. Francis de Sales from Delhi. They go through the North Zone final where they'll meet 2 other equally talented sides. What a contest that will be. Watch out for it on the ESPN School Quiz.
really unexplainable.
Number 1 worldwide. Gambling बढ़ते बच्चों की बढ़ती खुशी. And Dr. Mopin C-Sip असली टेस्ट कभी भी कहीं भी. Three teams have made it to this zonal final. The race for the coveted title draws closer. Today, the finalists from the North Zone.
Welcome once again to the ESPN School Quiz 2002 and to a really big day. This is the North Zone final. Of the 27 teams from the North that qualified to come here, only 3 remain. One will ascend the pinnacle of North Zone glory today. Let's take a look at which this team is likely to be. We've got 3 contenders today, all of whom have won 2 rounds to come here. Each of them, therefore, is a star team in its own right. First of all, let's meet the team from Delhi, St. Francis de Sales. And in their distinctive jackets, Jayant Pandey and Sunit Bhalotia. Gents?
We are failing.
Let's go on. We've got another team from Delhi as well, and they qualified very impressively, Mount St. Mary's. Anirban Chaudhary and Rahul Tom Joseph. Let me ask you the question I asked them. Tense, there's a big prize at stake, North Zone champion.
Quite tense, yes.
Don't let that bother you, though. Often it's how relaxed you are that determines how far you go. Okay, let's go and meet the third team today, coming to us from the hills, from Dehradun, the Doon School. And representing them today are Ronjoy Banerjee and Ahmed Faraz Khan. And you've been impressive in the build-up to this. Confident?
Kind of.
Dehradun, Delhi, all the best. May the best team be North Zone champion. Let's go across and play our first round. It's called Citius. Citius means faster, and that is what this round is all about. Speed, accuracy, presence of mind. A good start will allow these teams to start off really well. To stand you in good stead. So if you're quick on your buzzers, then you might just win a lot of points here. You know how to play this game. There's 3s and 6s and 9s over there. That's the points you win and lose, whether you get it right or wrong. And you can, of course, go for the 10-pointer for which there are no negatives. You know the rules. So let's start right away. And we'll start traditionally, like moving a pawn on the first step. A for 3 points. And let's see what we've got here. A for 3 points. Here it is. St. Francis de Sales.
Palmer.
Ah, just in time. I was about to pass, and you got it just in time. Palmer, indeed. St. Francis de Sales pick up 3 points and get to see just a little bit of our mystery man.
Hansi Cronje.
Not Hansi Cronje. Choose another rectangle.
C for 6.
C for 6 points. Let's see what we've got in terms of C for 6 points. There you are.
Jacques
Martin Mary.
Villeneuve.
Jacques Villeneuve. The answers are coming very quickly here. 0.7 seconds in a big final is very good. There it is. Who is that? 10 points if you can get it right. Don't lose the opportunity.
Mike Tyson.
Not Mike Tyson. Go on, pick another.
D for 6.
D for 6. Right then. Let's see who gets this 6-pointer. St. Francis. No, question passes.
Venkatraghavan.
Question passes. MSM didn't go for it. Venkatraghavan actually looks a bit tricky. The answer was, there it is, Kevin Garnett. Too bad, Doon School. St. Francis lose points there as well, but in control at the moment are Mount St. Mary's. Do you want to give me a guess on that one?
E3.
E for 3 points, and let's see if we can get this 3-pointer. And going for it first was St. Francis de Sales.
Green Lacoste.
Okay, I'll give it to you. René Lacoste is right. You've got yourself 3 points. But even more critically, you've got yourself another little square.
F for 3.
Okay, let's move on. F or B?
F.
F. Let's see what F is. Here it is on the buzzers. No one's going for it so far. MSN.
Road loop.
Laudrup is right. I'll give you your 3 points. Well done, MSM Delhi. And now,
David
10 points.
Beckham.
MSM.
David Beckham.
No, it's not Beckham now. 19 points at stake, literally. Whoever gets this is the only team that will get a shot at the 10-pointer. 19 at stake. Let's see what our 9-pointer is. Right. Look carefully. I'm going to give you a couple of extra seconds on this. Okay, let's do a review. And the answer was Guru Hanuman, the big Indian wrestling icon. That's gone. Right. Who was the team in control? Mount St. Mary's. You're the only team that can go for 10. Tell me who this is. One final choice before I move on. No? The answer was, if you want to take a look at it again, Gustavo Corton. Nobody got the 10, not a very heavy scoring round. Let's take a look at the scores. In third place in this big final at this stage, Doon School from Dehradun with -6. They've made some stirring comebacks from there before. In second place are St. Francis de Sales from Delhi. They're on 0. They answered some, but got a minus as well. And leading at this stage, but not by too much, Mount St. Mary's from Delhi with 9 points. And you can see that the teams are just a touch tentative on this big day, and you can see that from the reaction times as well. Some good ones. There's a 0.4 and a 0.6, but 4 answers. One of those took 2.4 seconds. And if you think I'm being harsh by saying 2.4 was too long, then you see some of the reaction times we've had on this round in the past. But there's lots more points at stake. 30 in our next round. It's also called Sirius. And once again, we're going to test these 3 teams on the big day, on speed, accuracy, the ability to get it all together in the shortest amount of time. This is the buzzer round. As I said, 30 points at stake, 6 questions. If you go for the buzzers early, the question stops there, and if no one can answer, then I complete the questions for all those who haven't hit the buzzer. If that's clear, here's the first question. In the NBA, which 2 cities will be playing in a match between the Hornets and the Nuggets? Going for it first were MSM Delhi.
Charlotte and Denver.
Charlotte and Denver is right. The Charlotte Hornets and the Denver Nuggets. MSM Delhi picking up points there. Valuable points given you in the lead already. In the 1996 World Cup, which Kenyan cricketer recorded his nation's top individual score of 96? St. Francis.
Morris Odumde.
Question passes. Next on the buzzer, the Doon School.
Steve Piccolo.
Stephen Piccolo, Doon School. Those 5 points will be a godsend for you. Here we go, more. In which sport would you come across the Washington Redskins? St. Francis de Sales.
Baseball.
No, did anyone else go for the buzzer? MSM did.
American football.
Is correct. American football is the right answer. The question was, in which sport would you come across the Washington Redskins, the Chicago Bears, and the Miami Dolphins? MSM Delhi are looking good here. The mascot of which Summer Olympic Games was called Hodori? St. Francis de Sales.
Seoul.
Seoul is right, 1988. Seoul Games, the mascot was called Hodori. There's another 5 points there for you. Still 10 at stake here. Here we go. In which Formula One circuit would you come across the intimidating Eau Rouge, E-A-U-R-U-G-E, and the awesome Blanc Imon?
Monaco.
Question passes.
Suzuka. Jaipur.
No. Mountain Mary's.
Spa-Francorchamps.
Spa-Francorchamps is correct. MSM Delhi picked up the points there. Oh, this is a good round. Here we go. Last question in this round. Which Indian state would you come across the soccer club Churchill Brothers? St. Francis de Sales.
Goa.
Goa is correct. What a good round it's been. Lots of good answers. Fast and furious. That's what Sirius is all about. Let's see what the scores are. Still in third place are the young men from Doon School, Dehradun, with -1. In second place, St. Francis de Sales from Delhi with 10. And in the lead, and a valuable lead at this stage, Mount St. Mary's from New Delhi with 24 points. And we've got a very, very interesting point-scoring chart here, point-scoring graph, really. There you are. You get the feeling St. Francis de Sales just dipped in, found they didn't quite like what they saw there, and have come out strongly again with 10 points. Mount St. Mary's steadier, and Doon School just waiting to erupt with a bang. Maybe that'll happen in the next round. It's called Altiers. That's after the break. On the way, this is your question.
Nestle Milo presents the ESPN School Quiz. Win with Milo Energy.
A new improved Nestle Milo, जो आपकी शारीरिक और मानसिक क्षमता को बढ़ाए ताकि आप रहें स्ट्रॉन्गर, फास्टर और हमेशा सबसे आगे. Win with Milo Energy.
बढ़ते बच्चों की बढ़ती खुशी कैमलीन.
Why must I go to school to learn? Why must we be home before dark?
Why must I always win?
Hero Buzz, the My Generation bike. Now get a Parker Beta pen free with every Hero Fancy Cycle.
The ESPN School Quiz in association with Hero Cycles, #1 worldwide.
Welcome back to the ESPN School Quiz 2002. This is a big day for us. For you as well, if you could answer that question and many more like those that are on our website, www.espnstar.com. 5 questions every week and all results and prizes on the Monday edition of Sportsline. So go there, you might have some prizes as well. Meanwhile, there's a big prize awaiting one of these 3 teams, a place in the All India semi-finals, the title of North Zone winners, and taking a couple of steps forward in this round, if you're good enough, it's called Altius. Altius means higher. And in this round, we're going to test the knowledge of these participants on a different plane altogether. We give them topics of their choice and then expect them to answer questions on their selection. 10 points for correct answer and follow-up, so lots of points here in the 6 questions in this round. We start with Doon School, Dehradun. Which of these 9 appeals to you the most?
Hockey.
Hockey? Okay, I'll give you a hockey question. Your hockey question is being asked to you by a famous hockey player himself. Listen to it carefully and give me the answer. Here we go.
Can you name the Dutch hockey player who holds the record of appearing maximum number of times in the World Cups?
The Dutch player who holds the record for appearing in the World Cup
Jan-Ove
maximum
Bovelander.
occasions.
Jan-Ove Bovelander.
Question passes. Did anyone go on the buzzer? St. Francis de Sales?
Bram Lomans.
No, MSM Delhi didn't go for it. It was not Bovelander. It was someone slightly before his time, a legend called T.S. Cruiz. T.S. Cruiz made 6 appearances between 1971 and 1986. Legendary player. Okay, let's move on to St. Francis de Sales.
Olympics.
Olympics. Here we go. Which is the only Olympic sport where it is legal to choke an opponent or break an arm? The only Olympic sport where it is legal to choke an opponent or break an arm. St. Francis de Sales.
Judo.
Judo is correct. You thought about it for a while. I suspect it was a guess because your volume wasn't quite up as normal. But judo is right, and that's valuable. 10 points to St. Francis de Sales. Now Mount St. Mary's. You need to pick this one. Go for it.
Miscellaneous.
You want to choose miscellaneous. That's an unusual choice, but I'll give it to you. Right, your miscellaneous question is a still photograph. Take a look at it carefully. I'll ask you the question while you're watching it. That, of course, is Martina Hingis. What sport is Martina Hingis playing here? MSM Delhi.
Croquet.
Croquet is right. MSM Delhi pick up 10 points. And this is starting to look really good. Doon School, Dehradun. Here's your chance to score another 10.
Hat tricks.
Hat tricks. Okay. Your hat trick question is a video clip. Take a look at the video clip, and while you're watching, I'll pose your question to you. Here we go. This, of course, is Wasim Akram taking his famous test match hat trick in 1998-99. He's absolutely delighted, as he will, because he's taken a test match hat trick. Identify the venue. Where did he take this test match hat trick in 1998-99?
Bangalore.
Question passes. Anyone on the buzzer? St. Francis de Sales.
Colombo.
Question passes. MSM.
Kanji.
No, it was the Bangabandhu Stadium in Dhaka. the Bangabandhu Stadium in Dhaka. Let's go on to St. Francis de Sales.
Legends.
Legends. Your question on legends is a still photograph. Take a look. Identify the legendary athlete that you will see in that photograph. It's a very famous photograph of a very famous athlete. Tell me who this athlete is. St. Francis de Sales. You had your time? Give me an answer.
Jim Thorpe.
Question passes in a Doon school.
Dana Zakova.
Not Dana Zatopek. The answer is Babe Didrikson. The answer is Babe Didrikson. No one got points there. One more question to go. Mount St. Mary's, this could be crucial for you.
Ideas.
Ideas. Here's a question on ideas. The idea for which event was first put forward by a Yorkshireman, J. Astley Cooper, in the magazine titled Greater Britain in 1891. The idea for which event was first put forward by him in the magazine titled Greater Britain in 1891.
Badminton.
Question passes. Anyone on the buzzer? St. Francis de Sales?
Olympics. Olympics.
Question passes. Doon school?
Wimbledon Tennis Championship.
No, the hint was Greater Britain. The answer was the Commonwealth Games. The answer was the Commonwealth Games. No one scored points there. At the end of Altius, let's see what the scoreboard looks like. Waiting for that big break still are Doon School, Dehradun. They're still on -1. In second place and making quite a contest of it are St. Francis de Sales from Delhi with 20 points. But in the lead, Mount St. Mary's from Delhi with 34 points. And while that's not a huge lead, it's very, very handy. 14 points as you go into the last round. Let's see how they've been scoring, these three teams. What must worry both of you Delhi teams is that little horizontal block there. You want to get that up and moving as quickly as possible. And Doon School, Dehradun, bubbling under. We're still waiting for you to erupt up there. Maybe this last one will be the round that will see it all. It's a round that will determine who goes through. It's called Fortius. It's after the break.
The ESPN School Quiz in association with Camlin. बढ़ते बच्चों की बढ़ती खुशी Camlin.
ये जहां रंगों से है सजा, मुश्किल है बचपन मस्ती बिना, बढ़ते बच्चों की बढ़ती खुशी Camlin.
Why must I go to school to learn? Why must we be home before dark?
Why must I always win?
Hero Buzz, the Y generation bike.
Now get a Parker beat-up and free with every Hero Fancy cycle.
This Sunday on Star Sports, direct from the Netherlands, the MotoGP season continues with the bikes more powerful this year than ever before. The MotoGP, Sunday on Star Sports.
बढ़ते बच्चों की बढ़ती खुशी Camlin.
This ESPN School Quiz in association with Dr. Mopan Sisip. असली टेस्ट कभी भी कहीं भी.
Welcome back to the ESPN School Quiz 2002 and to a defining moment. This is the round that will determine the North Zone champion and decides who gets an automatic entry into the national semi-final. Abhinav Vidyalaya of Pune are already there. So are Loyola of Trivandrum and Delhi Public School from Farakka are there as well. Which will be number 4? We will know very soon. Remember too that there are 2 lucky losers who go through to make up the combination of 6 that we need in our final round. So there's a lot more than just winning this round that is at stake. It's a tough one for these young children, but they've qualified to come here by their sheer ability. We're going to back them to do it. The toughness is going to begin now because our next round is called Fortius. Fortius means stronger, and that's precisely what we're going to test in this round. With so much at stake, one player from each team comes down here with a mandate to do it for his side. This for a place in the All India semi-final, this to be crowned North Zone champion. You're going to start with Mount St. Mary's, Delhi.
5.
You want a 5, you are 14 points ahead. Here is your first 5-pointer. Franz Beckenbauer captained which European soccer club to victory in the 1967 and 1974 European Cups?
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich is right. Valuable 5 points there for you. The lead is 19. St. Francis, you've got a question in hand.
10.
You go for 10. You really have no choice. Here's your 10-pointer. Mallets are standard equipment in 2 outdoor sports. One is croquet, which is the other?
Polo.
Polo is the other. You've got your 10. You've cut the lead down to 9. Now, June school.
Have to go for a 20.
You have to go, and I'll tell you what, I love your attitude. You've got a nice little smile on your face. Here is your 20-pointer. What sport or pastime was employed by the Saracens against King Richard of England to convey information about the latter's troop movements? What sport or pastime did they employ? What specifically did they employ? Was employed by the Saracens against King Richard of England to convey information about his troop movements?
Chariot racing.
Not a bad answer. The answer was pigeon racing. The answer was pigeon racing. You kept your cool. Not a bad answer in the end. Now, Mount St. Mary's. 9 the difference.
5.
You take another 5. Okay, here is your 5-pointer. Which Englishman was Anil Kumble's 300th Test victim?
Matthew Hogarth.
Matthew Hogarth. The advantage of playing 5. Right, 14. Do you want to sit back and take 10, or do you want to take the big leap for the 20?
10.
You take a 10. Here is your 10-pointer. In which sport have Naresh Kumar and Preet Lal earned Arjuna awards?
Tennis.
And tennis is correct. Absolutely bland, impassive face there. You're hitting your 10-pointers. Difference is now just 4, and you're putting a bit of pressure on Mount St. Mary's Doon School, Dehradun.
10.
Okay, I'll give you a 10 as well. Here we go. Here is your 10-pointer. In basketball, what will a player be doing if he was going downtown?
He'll be shooting a 3-pointer.
He'll be shooting a 3-pointer. Okay, I'll still give it to you. You'll be shooting a 3-pointer from way beyond the line. I'll still give it to you. That's a good 10-pointer to Doon School, Dehradun. Now, this is the moment of reckoning. 4 ahead. Do you take a 5 and allow them to win it with a 10, or do you gamble on a 10 and force them into a 20? It's a tough one.
I'll take a 5.
You take the 5, and it's not an easy decision. Here is your 5-pointer. Which team won the Hockey Men's Champions Trophy in the year 2001, beating Australia in the final? Which team won Hockey's Men's Champions Trophy in the year 2001, beating Australia in the final?
Netherlands.
It's not the Netherlands. The answer is Germany. The answer is Germany, but you did well. You hold your lead. St. Francis de Sales, by virtue of hitting those 2 10-pointers, you've narrowed it down to 4. And you want?
Okay, 5.
You want a 5. Going by the order that we've generated, here is your 5-pointer. This one will determine whether you win North Zone and whether you go through to the All India semi-final. Listen carefully. In the NBA, which team do Devian George and Lindsay Hunter currently represent?
LA Lakers.
The LA Lakers. You got your 5-pointer. Very well done by St. Francis de Sales. 45. I'll come back to ask you how you're breathing, because you've still got Doon School, Dehradun, and let's see if you can finish off on a flourish.
10.
Okay, I'll give you a 10. Here is your 10-pointer. Which feat has cricketer Belinda Clark of Australia achieved, which is so far unparalleled in men's cricket? What has Belinda Clark of Australia done, which is unparalleled so far in men's cricket?
She scored a double century in a one-day international.
That is fantastic. That is a sensational answer. She scored a double century in a one-day international. What a fantastic note to finish on. Let's take a look at the scores. in third place today in spite of a wonderful late run. Doon School from Dehradun with 9 points. In second place and doing a wonderful job of retaining their composure, Mount St. Mary's from Delhi with 44 points. And North Zone champions, and what a wonderful word that is, St. Francis de Sales from Delhi with 45 points. Only 1 point separating the North Zone champion from the runner-up, and our curve looks very, very close indeed. Here it is, right down at the end, Doon School just coming up from the dead, but how much closer can you get between Mount St. Mary's and St. Francis de Sales? Just going up in the last question. St. Francis de Sales, you're a winner today. Let's see what you won.
Today's zonal final winner receives this exclusive cricket bat trophy, specially signed by our top-class panel of cricket analysts.
So what a wonderful prize that was, though I think the sheer joy of being North Zone champions is probably even better than that. Very well done, St. Francis de Sales. Congratulations. And congratulations to you as well, Mount St. Mary's, because you've also earned for yourself a place in the national semi-finals as one of our lucky losers. So very well done. And Doon School, Dehradun, too bad about that, but that was a fantastic late rally. It's all part of quizzing indeed. Right then, so we've now identified our top 6 teams. Our Milo winning team today, though, was St. Francis de Sales. They go through and join the other 3 zonal winners, which are Abhinav Vidyalaya from Pune, Loyola School from Trivandrum, and DPS from Farakka, that they were representing East Zone. And our 2 lucky winners, MSM from Delhi and Bishops from Pune. So it all adds up to a fantastic top 6. Join us for the climax of the ESPN School Quiz 2002. That's the national semi-final.